بر محمد والے محمد صلوات. اس قوم کے رونے کو یہی بات بڑی ہے. اس قوم کے رونے کو یہی بات بڑی ہے. زہرا بھرے دربار میں حق مانگ رہی ہے. اٹھ اٹھ کے خاک اڑاتی ہے جو بن میں. اٹھ اٹھ کے خاک اڑاتی ہے جو بن میں. شاید علی اصغر کو بہن ڈھونڈ رہی ہے. اس قوم کے رونے کو یہی بات بڑی ہے. تا دیر تڑپتے رہے تعظیم کو لاشیں. تا دیر تڑپتے رہے تعظیم کو لاشیں. یہ کون ضعیفہ ہے جو مقتل میں کھڑی ہے. اس قوم کے رونے کو یہی بات بڑی ہے. برچھی علی اکبر تیرے سینے میں گھڑی ہے. برچھی علی اکبر تیرے سینے میں گھڑی ہے. پر چوٹ تو زینب کے کلیجے پہ پڑی ہے. اس قوم کے رونے کو یہی بات بڑی ہے. سجاد تو خاموش ہے بازار میں لیکن سجاد تو خاموش ہے بازار میں لیکن زنجیر کی ایک کڑی بول رہی ہے اس قوم کے رونے کو یہی بات بڑی ہے تاریخ ذرا سانس کو روکے ہوئے رکھنا تاریخ ذرا سانس کو روکے ہوئے رکھنا عمران کی غیرت ہوئے دربار چلی ہے زہرا بھرے دربار میں حق مانگ رہی ہے محمد والی محمد صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Tonight is 29th of Safar. We are commemorating the Shahadat of Imam Ali ar-Ridha alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We have a visiting speaker, Sheikh Muhammad Hasnain, reciting the majlis inshallah after the announcements, and then we'll have the Noha and Ziyarat. Upcoming program at this center. The next program is Shab Juma program, which is at 7:20 Awal Waqt, inshallah, next coming Thursday. And then we have the Juma Salat on Friday at 1:10, which is the Awal Waqt for Juma Salat. The following program after that will be on the eve of, or the 4th of Rabiul Awwal, which is the Wafat of Bibi Masuma Salamu Alaiha. And we have the Majlis by Rasul Alim Maulana Sayyid Saghir Hussain. And then on Tuesday, that will be the Shab or the eve of the 8th of Rabiul Awwal, which is the Shahadat of Imam Hasan Askari alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We'll have the program starting at 7:15 with Jamaat Salat, and then lecture by our resident Alims Maulana Sayyid Saghir Hussain. There are a couple of books, three of them available at our center. This from Nasimco. One is for the Khoja Ashri, their roots and all details. Anyone interested? We have this available at the cost of $25. There are a couple of more books for kids, which are basically one for girls and one for both boys and girls. These are also available at a cost at the front desk. Anyone interested can contact myself, or on ladies side anyone in the management, and we can help it out. Donations I've been requesting. We still have not reached, or we are quite a bit of short at our target for this Muharram. Muharram program will continue until 8th of Rabiul Awwal, as I mentioned. So if you want to donate, check, cash, debit, or even online, you can do that. Contact myself or anyone in the management. We have the machine terminal available for credit debit transaction or check, cash, whatever you feel can help us for the Muharram fund, inshallah. So a request for Surah Fatiha for the sponsor of tonight Majlis, and for Mahroom Sultan Muhammad Manik, all our Marahim of Kul Mu'mineen and Mu'minat, Muslimin and Muslimat. Al-Fatiha. And now, with your loud salawat, I'll request Sheikh Muhammad Hassan to start his majlis. For Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat.
All the Anbiya, Awliya, RCC, Shahadat, specifically Shahadat Karbala, and those who have sacrificed their life in defense of Islam in the recent years, recite 9 times Surah Al-Hamd, 3 times Ikhlas. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من همزات الشياطين وأعوذ بالله أن يحضرون إنه هو السميع العليم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين، سيما بقية الله في الأرضين، روحي وأرواح العالمين له الفدا، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. اللهم لعن أول ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تابع له على ذلك. اللهم لعن الإصابة التي جاحدت الحسين وشايعت وبايعت وتابعت على قتله اللهم لعنهم جميعا رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي أما بعد فقد قال سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين. Please send out salawat. اللهم صل على محمد. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we beg to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that in these gatherings of the remembrance and commemoration of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, whatever comes from our mouth and whatever we listen, the Ridha of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the blessing of the awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be there, and we should be given the tawfiq so that we could be able to act upon these teachings without recite another loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. With this hope and prayer that inshallah we and our generations remain the lover of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam till the day of the Akhirah, recite another loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. First of all, in the beginning, I present my condolences on your behalf and myself to the Imam of our time on the death anniversary of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And his grandsons Imam Hassan and Imam Ali ibn Musa Ridha alayhi salam. And we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He should give us the tawfiq so that we can learn the lessons from the life history of these great personalities, and inshallah able to act upon the teachings of these great personalities so that we could be counted as the Shia of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam and Shia of specifically Imam Ali ibn Musa Ridha alayhi salatu wassalam. Brothers and sisters, one of the responsibilities that we have, and we have to feel the responsibility on our shoulder, is that Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam are presented by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as our role model. It is mentioned in the Quran that lakum fi rasulillahi uswatun hasana, that in the form of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam there is a role model, there is an exemplar for you. And definitely we know that when we talk about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the progeny of Rasulullah, the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, the 12 Masum Aima alayhi salam and Hazahra salamullah alayha, all of them are actually the continuation of the same personality of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. As we have said that it is mentioned in the riwayat to Awwaluna Muhammad, Akhiruna Muhammad, Awsatuna Muhammad, Kulluna Muhammad. Recite a salawat. Allahumma salli ala. Now this is our responsibility then when someone is placed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as our role model, as an exemplar. Now it is our responsibility at the first stage, we should know that what was their lifestyle, how they have spent their life, what are the narrations that is quoted from them to us, what is there in the history which shows us how they have spent their life. And alhamdulillah, it in itself is a blessing for us. That for our brothers in Ahl Sunnah, they have only 23 years of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam life, that is the life of an infallible. We know that each and every step that was taken by the Prophet was a perfect act, and we have to follow him. Any word that was spoken by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a role model for us. But alhamdulillah, in the form of 14 infallibles that we have, not only the 23 years of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is there, but other than that, we have the time period that is tenfold of that. Somewhere around 25 years of the life of infallible in different circumstances that is there. Maybe the situation that was there at the time of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam, it is completely different what was happening at the time of Imam Hassan alayhi salatu wasalam. If we do not have that role model of 12 Aima alayhi salam in different situations, different circumstances, different environment, a lot of times it is not possible for us to understand that what is my duty in the situation that I am living in the era that I am living in, how to spend my time. Like tonight when we are commemorating the death anniversary of Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, we have only one Imam who have this happen in his life. There's somewhere around 1 year of his life he have to accept and become the heir or the wali head of Ma'mun Rashid, one of the caliph who according to us he is oppressor. He is not a right caliph, but Imam alayhi salatu wasalam was forced to accept this responsibility and take it as and become the wali head of Ma'mun Rashid. Now this specific type of event that happened in the life of Imam Masum alayhi salatu wasalam is only one Imam Masum alayhi salatu wasalam has to spend something like this. No one before Imam Masum, Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, or after Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam has to go through this process. Now again, this is a blessing in a disguise for us, that different circumstances, different environment, different situation, Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam were there, their companions were there, and they become a role model for us. But the important thing for us is, first of all, we have to understand the circumstances of the time, understand that what was going on there at the time of different Imam Masumin alayhi salam, and then see that how they act upon during those situations. And once we understand that, try to understand the time and place that we are living in, the era that we are living in, and then we can compare that which era is closer to the situation that we are living in, and then accordingly we have to fulfill and find out our responsibilities and act upon it. So there are certain stages that are there. But again, as I mentioned to you, the first and the most important thing for us in our life is that we have to understand it, believe in it, that whatever situation I am living in, there is a role model in the form of Ma'sumin alayhi salam, an infallible that is presented by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that on the day of judgment I cannot complain in front of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu that okay, I was living in Canada at the time of 21st century, and you know the problems that was there. It was not the problem that the situation was not there at the time of the Ma'sumin alayhi salam, and do not know how to live my life. Definitely, as I mentioned to you, that you cannot find exactly the same situation that you're in, but we have the principles that are there in the life of Imam Masum alayhi salatu wasalam for our guidance. We can learn those lessons, and then according to our situation we can find out that okay, how to live my life. Again, as I mentioned to you, just reminding you, this is one of the most important responsibility that we have. Don't commemorate and celebrate, don't read and listen to the history of the Ma'sumin alayhi salam as what happened in the history only. It is not something that happened in the past. They are the universal principles that are presented by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The way that we say that Quran is forever, this is the miracle of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is forever. The Quranic ayat are living today in today's world, and we can learn the lessons from it. Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, the life of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, the seerah of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, according to the narration of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Inni tarikum fikum thaqalain kitab Allah wa itrati ahl bayti. If kitab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a miracle, it is alive today. The seerah of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam is also like this, it is alive today, and there are lessons for us in today's life that we have to learn. It is not just that happened in the past. In today's world also we have to learn the lessons from the life of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam and apply that in our life. If we are not doing it, we are not doing justice to these great personalities of infallibles that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has presented to us. And again, as I presented in the Quranic ayah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us that ittaqul ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu ittaqullah wa kunu ma'as sadiqeen. It is our responsibility that these infallibles are sadiqeen. They are the truthful in this world. They are the infallibles in this world. But our responsibility is that kunu ma'as sadiqeen. We have to be with them. They are the ark of salvation. our responsibility is to come inside this ark of salvation. If we are not coming in this ark of salvation, then complaining that okay, in this world that we are living, in this era that we are living, we don't know how to live, how to spend life, how to be on the right path, how to be steadfast in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The problem is within us, that we are not spending our time in the right way. We are not learning the lessons from Quran and Ahl Bayt alayhi salam, from the seerah of Ahl Bayt alayhi salam in the true way. And these nights when we are commemorating the Masumin alayhi salam is a good opportunity for us. I have to ask questions for myself. If I am saying that Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam is my Imam, he is the Imam Ra'uf, he is the one who is there, who is his laqab, his attribute that we remember Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam is Ridha. It is one of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that each Imam alayhi salatu wasalam is specifically known with one of the manifestation of the attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And our Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam is known as ar-Ridha, which is the name of Allah, the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there in his name. Now I have to ask myself, this Imam Ra'uf, this Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, how much I know about him? If you ask me the question that how many narrations of my Imam I know, what answer I have? Do I remember any one hadith from my Masum alayhi salatu wasalam? Each one of us asks this question to ourselves. How much I know about my religion? I'm saying that if I'm asking myself, I'm not asking you. Inshallah, you know more than that me. But what's going on there? There is something missing here. There is something wrong in what we are doing in our life right now. We have to go back towards the sources. We have to spend our time and learn the lessons from Quran and Ahl Bayt alayhi salam. See that what are the messages that are there in this the seerah of Ahl Bayt alayhi salam. If we are not doing it, then again we are the one who are standing in front of the fresh water source and stream and still complaining about the thirst, that we are thirsty. We do not know where the source, what to do, what not to do. The source is there in front of us. The fresh water is there in front of us. We cannot complain about the thirst. It is us that we have to go and get this water and remove our thirst that is there. Again, I'm saying that this is a question that each one of us have to ask ourselves. That these great personalities who are the role models for us. There is 20 years of the Imamah of Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam. He became the Imam in 183 of Hijrah. He got martyred by Mamun al-Rashid in 203 of Hijrah. 20 years of Imam Masoom, and if I do not know one statement from this Imam, one narration from this Imam, it means that I have to ask this question to myself. I have to complain that what's going on there, what's the mistake in me. Now inshallah tonight, the time that we have, very briefly I will discuss some of the points from the seerah of Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wassalam, and inshallah if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us tawfiq, one or two narrations from this great personality, so that inshallah we can just get a very superficial understanding, and inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you tawfiq. There are some good books that are written about the seerah of Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wassalam. You can go read, try to ponder upon these teachings of Ahl Bayt alayhi salam, and especially Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wassalam, and try to act upon that inshallah ta'ala. Recite aloud salawat. Whenever you want to read the seerah of Imam Masoom, keep in mind one thing that we have to understand and we have to go through it. Sometimes what happens for the people like us is this thing, that we know some of the events that happen in the life of Imam Masoom alayhi salam here and there. They are just different islands that are there. They are disconnected islands that are there in front of us. I have here one story from the life of one Imam Masoom, and sometimes I think that okay, I have to implement that lesson in my life. But this is not the complete picture. It is a part of the puzzle, but the complete picture is not there in front of me. So this is very important, that we have to go through the whole lifestyle and life history of the Imam Masoom alayhi salatu wasalam, so that we have the complete picture in front of us, and then we can start acting upon these teachings in a comprehensive and a proper way. Otherwise, it is the mistake that we are making. I'm just listening to, these days when we have WhatsApp that is going on there. Like for example, sometimes when you have some disease, a message come to you. Okay, if you have a headache, you can take this medicine. This sometimes different type of home medicines are there that is given to you, and then you start acting upon it. Sometimes it correct one thing, and on the other hand, it will make so many other problems in your body, because it is not a comprehensive solution. There is no one who is checking your body completely and telling you what's going on there. In the life of Imam Masoom alayhi salam is also like this. If we start taking the bits and pieces without the whole picture, it will not be a solution for us. We have to understand the whole picture together. Now, in the whole picture, the life of Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam is also important, that we have to understand the one important thing from the seerah of Masoomin alayhi salam overall and anywhere that I am in is that I have to first understand that if this type of behavior is coming from a specific person, what was the situation at the time, what was going on at the time, so that I can understand the narrations of the Imam Masoom properly. Otherwise, if we take out this specific statement and narration out of the context, maybe the meaning that I understand is completely different from what I should understand by understanding the situation that Imam Masoom, Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam was there at that time. Like just giving you some examples so that we understand that, okay, what Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam was doing at the time, what was going on, and what are the important events that was happening at the time of Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam. One of the very interesting point about Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, which makes him different from all the other Imam Masoom alayhi salatu wasalam, is this thing, that after Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, there was no subdivision in the Shia. Before Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, there were different divisions that happened after every Imam, almost after every Imam. Especially like when you look at the time of Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salatu wasalam, when Imam Ridha became Imam, there were so many subdivisions that happened in the Shia. Like there were people who were the great companions of Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salatu wasalam. After the Shahadat of Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salatu wasalam, they start a new sect in the Shia, and they say, okay, for example, Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salatu wasalam is still alive, and we are the representative of this Imam, and we will continue the Imam Kazim is still the Imam, and Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam is no more Imam. And before that too, at the time of Imam Musa Kazim, Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, he has Ismailiya that happened, and this faction that separated from the 12 Imam Shia. So before Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, we always have divisions in the Shia, the mainstream Shia theology that was going on. But after Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, there was no more subdivision, major subdivision in the Tashayyu. Whoever accept the Imama of Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, they continue till the Imama of Imam Zamana Ajjallahu Ta'ala Faidahu Sharif. Allahumma salli ala. That's why when I was young, I think it's still in subcontinent culture, that when we are doing the ziyarah of Masoomin alayhi salam, we do the ziyarah of Imam Hussain, then do the ziyarah of Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, and we then remember the Imam of our time. This was a question in my mind that, okay, why is this so that among all these like 12 Imam, we just remember the 8th Imam? Why we are not saying the salam to other Imam Masoomin alayhi salam? One of the reason, maybe, I don't know what was going on in our grandfathers and why they decided to have Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam in this ziyarah, but maybe one of the reason is this thing, that whoever accept the Imama of Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, they continue till the end. Okay, there was no subdivision after Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam. Now this is the question, that what was the role played by Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam? How he incorporated the concept of Imama and Imam in the belief system of the Tashayyu. They become so strong that after that there was no subdivision, despite the fact that right after Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, who was the Imam after Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam? Imam Muhammad Taqi alayhi salatu wasalam. And do you know that what was the age of Imam Muhammad Taqi when he became the Imam? How old Imam Muhammad Taqi was? 8 to 9 years, okay? He was the first Imam who became Imam when he was not Balik, as per our understanding, the understanding that we have. Okay, he was less than, he was not a teenager, he was less than that. He was the first Imam. Now just think about it. There were so many complaints before that. The people were asking that, okay, for example, after Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salatu, people were saying that, okay, Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salatu, he is not the oldest son of the Imam, that's why he cannot become, we cannot make him the Imam, but Ismail is the Imam because he was the oldest son. So many objections were there. After Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, an Imam who was young, like 8 years old, 9 years old, Imam Muhammad Taqi alayhi salatu wasalam, he became Imam, but there was no division. It means the concept of the Imamah was embedded in Tashayyu at that time. They understand that what is the role of the Imam. Who is the Imam? Who can become the Imam? Imam is not something that was placed by the voting of the people. Whoever people likes, they can make the Imam. No, it is the bounty and the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the source of the Imam. Inni ja'iluka linnasi imama. The Imamah is the status that is given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is not from the people that they can make the Imam. No, it is the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is making the Imam based on his criteria. It is not about age, it is not about how old you are. No, there are certain other criteria that are there based on which a person becomes Imam, and when he becomes Imam, then he can play the same role whether he is 9 years old, whether he will 5 years old at the time of Imam Zamana Ajjalahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, or whether he is 50 years old in the case of other Aimma alayhim salam. Recite a salawat. And interesting, while we are talking about this Imama and the topic of Imama, I just discussed one hadith from Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wassalam, and take it as I mentioned to you that just taking some hadith from Imam Masoom on the day when we commemorate or celebrate their death or birth anniversaries is good for us to know. One of the, just connecting it to this understanding that Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wassalam continuously discuss the topic of Imam and the Imamah. The most important hadith that we have regarding the Imamah and the concept of Imamah and the Imam alayhi salam, the role of Imam, most of them are from Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, because he had played this role, like he has to play this role, that he prepare the Tashayyu and society to prepare the occultation of Imam Zamana Ajjalahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif too. This was a responsibility of Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, and from that time they have started in detailed discussion about the Imamah. And you can see when you go forward, like for example, we have Ziyarat-e-Jamia, which is the most comprehensive constitution of Imamah that is coming from Imam Ali Naqi alayhi salatu wasalam. So as we are going forward after Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam, this concept of Imamah become stronger and getting deeper and deeper in the hearts of the Tashayyu, so that they understand that what is Imam, whether he is physically there in front of you or not, he has to play that role. We have to understand that. So in one of the interaction that Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wassalam, recite a salawat, has with Mamun al-Rashid, which is, as I mentioned to you, one of the very important event in the life of Imam Masoom alayhi salatu wassalam, is that when Mamun called Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wassalam, or forced Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wassalam to come to Marv, today's time Iran that is here, from Medina, he was forced to come to Iran or time. When Imam came to Mamun Rashid and entered this place, the interaction, the first interaction that they have in this conversation happened. Mamun said to Imam alayhi salatu wasalam like this: Yabna Rasulullah, Inni qad ra'aytu. This is one of the very interesting thing about Mamun Rashid. He is a very smart person. Like, if you want to know that who is the most strongest caliph of Bani Abbas, he is Mamun Rashid. And he presented himself as the Shia of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam too. Still we have ulama, senior ulama, who have this belief that Mamun was a Shia and he didn't kill Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam. Definitely majority of the Shia ulama have this belief that Mamun is the killer of Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam. But the way he presented himself is completely deceiving. It is not easy to understand that what role Mamun is playing. See this conversation. He's saying, Yabna Rasulillah. He's talking to Imam Ridha alayhi salatu wasalam like this, that okay, I accept you, I understand that your status in front of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He said like this, Inni kad ra'aytu nafs an a'dila nafsi anil khilafa. I have decided that I have to remove myself from this caliphate that I am. I'm the Khalifa right now. I have to remove myself. وَجْعَلَهَا لَكَ وَأُبَيُّكَ. That I am making you the Khalifa. I am making you the Khalifa and the Khalifa al-Muslimin, and I am giving the allegiance on your hand. Bring your hand, I will give you the bay'ah right now, right away. Like I am doing the bay'ah. You will be the Khalifa from today, and I will be like your follower. Just think that how smart this Mamun Rashid is. Like he is like, on one hand he's saying Ibn Rasulullah, giving respect in front of all the people they are sitting. Okay, Mamun is not alone in the one room. In his castle he's sitting. Thousands of people are sitting in front of him, and he's saying like this. Now see the reply of Imam Masum alayhi salatu wasalam. They think that Yatfu Nurullahi Batfahim, that they can destroy and remove the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with that is coming from their mouth. They can do that. But no, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that okay, where haythu yaj'alu risalata, who has the capacity and capability to become his representative viceroy on the face of the earth. Imam alayhi salatu wasalam has given a very important principles to each one of us too, and also mentioned that what is the role of Khalifa and the Imam in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said like this, فَقَالْ رَهُ الرِّضَى عَلَيْهِ الصَّلَاةُ وَالسَّلَامُ إِنْ كَانَتْ هَذِهِ الْخِلَافَةُ لَكَ and وَاللَّهُ جَعَلَهَا لَكَ. If this Khilafah is really for you, you owns it, it is yours, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made you the Khalifa and vicegerent, if this is the reality, that this belongs to you, لا يجوز لك أن تخلى لباسا ألبسكه الله وتجعله لغيرك. How dare you are that you are taking this dress that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has clothed you with, you are removing this dress and giving to somebody else. You are capable of this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving to you. If this is yours, then you can, and you are capable of this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to you, then you cannot give it to anyone else. Now you have to take this responsibility and fulfill that responsibility. Okay, so this is one possibility, that you are the true vicegerent of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are the true Khalifa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If this is the case, then you cannot resign. In the Imama there is no resignation. This is the place and status that is given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He can give and he can take back. No one else will do that. It is not about the voting and resignation and these stuff. Hiring and firing is not there. If you are the Imam, you will be the Imam forever. You are infallible now. Okay. This is one side of the picture. On the other side, Imam say that وَإِنْ كَانَتِ الْخِلَافَةُ لَيْسَتْ لَكَ, if it is not yours, فَلَا يَجُوزُ لَكَ أَنْ تَجْعَلَ لِي مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ. When you do not own this, how can you give it to me? Like for example, if this watch do not belongs to me, I say I am giving you as a gift. The first thing that you ask me that, do you own this, or I am getting this from him and then I'm giving you as a gift. In Urdu we have this saying, I don't know the good idiom or saying in English, but in Urdu we say that halwai ki dukaan pe Nanaji ka fatiha. Like a person who is, you go to the store of a sweet store and then announce the people that okay, there is a niyaz going on, Bismillah, whoever wants whatever, Bismillah, you can eat there. The owner of the shop is saying, what's going on there? Why you people are coming here? This is my shop. Nobody has paid me. So you say, okay, no, see that this person, he announced that okay, there is a niyaz going on. Bismillah, whatever you want to say, pick up. Like, it's not yours. How you are donating here? How you are giving gift? It is not yours. First of all, find out that this Khilafah belongs to you or no. Imam alayhi salatu wasalam is saying that you are giving me the Khilafah. First, answer me this thing. How you become the Khalifa? Are you the true Khalifa? If you are the true Khalifa, then you cannot give it to anyone else. If you are not the true Khalifa and you have usurped this place, then go out. How you can say that I am giving to you? You do not own this thing. You are usurping this land. Just leave out from here. After that, people like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will decide that who has to take this responsibility. See that this is the principle that Imam alayhi salatu wasalam is giving to us too. this Khalifa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Vicegerent of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, becoming the representative of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the face of the earth is something that is coming from Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Just the titles cannot give the authority and walaya and guardianship to the people. No, this is not the case. This come only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if Allah is giving, then they have the right to tell you do's and don'ts. They have the right to tell you what to do, what not to do. No one else can tell us other than our Creator and those who are appointed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the face of the earth, and they are only Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and their progeny. This is one of the role that played by Imam Masum alayhi salatu wasalam, Imam Ridha, where he reminded and taught the people about the status of the Imam and the Imam. But this time, right after that also, Imam Rashid has mentioned the Imam alayhi salatu wasalam, Yabna Rasulullah, la buddha laka min kubul hadara. It shows us that it was forced on Imam Masum alayhi salatu wasalam. Imam Masum was not the one who without force accepted this becoming the heir of Mamun Rashid. And the conditions that Imam ﷺ has mentioned in this contract are also very interesting, and we have to understand that. But we have seen that in this statement, and we have so many other statements from Imam Masum ﷺ that is mentioned in the book of narrations, where Imam explicitly mentioned that Mamun has decided to kill me if I do not accept this position. But I knew that what are the conditions that I have to fix and what role that Imam ﷺ has played, so that people understand that okay, Imam ﷺ is not doing it with his free will, but because he is forced, that's why he is doing it. But on the other hand, he also countered the plot of Mamun Rashid in a very precise way. One of the things that Imam Masum ﷺ has did is this thing, that Mamun was trying to propagate this message among the people, that I am inviting Imam Ridha ﷺ with due respect. I respect Imam Ridha ﷺ, and that's why I am asking him to come from Medina to Marv. But Imam Masum ﷺ, while he was leaving Medina, one of the important things, the event that happened at that time was Imam Ridha ﷺ asked all his family members to come together. His relatives, his different cousins, and everybody who was there for Imam Masum ﷺ, he called all of them. He asked them to come, and then the statement that is there in the riwayah, it is mentioned that Imam ﷺ asked them, and he has given the money to the people, that you should, for few days, you should continue and have the way that we do, have the majalis for me and cry over me. And this was very interesting, that if you are invited to become the Khalifa, or if you are invited to become the vicegerent or the heir of the Khalifa, why is it so that you are asking the people, your relatives and the people of the Medina, that cry over me? And then he mentioned to his wife too, that this is one way traveling that I am doing, I will never come back. And it shows that Imam ﷺ tell the people that this is the plot to kill me. It is not the plot, they are not trying to respect me, but the Mamun has some other plan. Apparently he is showing something, but in reality he is trying to do something else. And we have to understand it. A moment should be qayyis, a moment should be smart. He should not be deceived what is going on apparently in the form. He should know that what is going on behind the scene. In today's world that we are living in, it is very important for us too. There is so much deception going on. There are slogans which are quite good, but the content that is inside those slogans is completely 180 degree opposite to that. So we have to be smart enough, and it's happened in the history in today's world too, if we want to become the true follower of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, we should have a basira, we should have an insight, so that we can understand our responsibilities in today's world. And as I mentioned to you that Imam alayhi salatu wassalam has prepared the ground to commemorate his demise 1 year before his death, 1 year before his martyrdom. And that day come, according to some of the riwayat, on 29th of Safar, and according to some of the riwayat, 23rd of Zulqa'dah. One day Imam alayhi salatu wassalam come to Abbas Salt and mention to Abbas Salt. Imam Reza alayhi salatu wassalam Abbas Salt کے پاس آتے ہیں. Abbas Salt سے کہتے ہیں, Abbas Salt, مجھے مامون نے طلب کیا ہے, میں مامون کی طرف جا رہا ہوں. I am going towards Mamun because he called me. لیکن جب میں پلٹ کے واپس آؤں, when I return back, اگر میرا سر چادر میں ڈھکا ہوا ہو تو مجھ سے کلام مت کرنا, لیکن اگر میرا سر ڈھکا ہوا نہ ہو تو سمجھ جانا کہ میں اب اس دنیا میں رہنے والا ہوں اور تم مجھ سے بات کر سکتے. بہت سال بھی کہتے ہیں کہ میرا مولا مامون کے دربار میں گیا اور میں اپنے آقا اپنے مولا کا منتظر تھا. تھوڑی دیر بعد فرزند زہرا کمرے میں تشریف لاتے ہیں, سر پر چادر ہے. میں سمجھ گیا کہ میرے مولا اب آخری رخصت کے لیے تشریف لائے. جب میرا مولا مامون کے سامنے سے کھڑا ہو رہا تھا, مامون نے میرے مولا کے سامنے کچھ انگور رکھے اور میرے مولا سے کہا کہ انگور کو تناول کرو. میرے مولا نے کہا کہ مجھے معاف رکھو, میں اس کام کو انجام نہیں دینا چاہتا. مامون نے امام کو فورس کیا اور مجبور کیا کہ اس کام کو انجام دے. اس کو کھانے کے بعد جب میرا مولا پلٹا اپنے گھر کی جانب تو مامون نے کہا کہ مولا کہاں جا رہے ہیں آپ؟ تو کہا جہاں تو بھیجنا چاہتا تھا وہاں علی ابن موسیٰ رضا آپ جا رہا تھا. اب اصل کہتے ہیں کہ میرا مولا اپنے بستر پہ گیا, لیکن تھوڑی دیر بعد دروازے میں میں نے دیکھا کہ ایک ننھا بچہ نورانی چہرے کے ساتھ موجود ہے. میں نے کہا کہ آپ کہاں؟ میں فرزند علی بن موسیٰ رضا محمد جواد. میں کہوں گا مولا اب مدینے سے کئی ہزار کلومیٹر دور موجود ہے, آپ کا فرزند آخری موقع پر آپ کی بارگاہ میں حاضر ہے. بعض روایات کے مطابق مامون نے ظاہر سازی کی خاطر پورے ایران میں اعلان یہ کیا کہ فرزند زہرا کا انتقال ہو گیا ہے. پورے مرف کو سیاہ پوش کیا گیا. بڑے ادب اور احترام کے ساتھ میرے مولا کا جنازہ اٹھایا گیا. لوگوں کو خبر دی گئی کہ فاطمہ رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم کا فرزند کا انتقال ہو گیا. لیکن لا یوم کا یوم میں کہ یا ابا عبداللہ, میرا آقا حسین خود میرا مولا علی ابن رضا علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام ابن شبیب کو یہ کہتے ہوئے نظر آتے ہیں, یا ابن شبیب ان کنت باقیا فابقي للحسين ابن علي ابن ابی طالب علیہ السلام. اے شبیب اگر تمہیں گریہ کرنا ہے, اگر تمہیں رونا ہے تو فقط حسین کی شخصیت وہ شخصیت ہے جس پر گریہ کرنا چاہیے. میں کہوں گا علی ابن موسیٰ رضا آپ کا جنازہ اٹھا, اس شہر کے اندر سیاہ پرچم لگائے گئے, آپ کے فرزند
امام جواد کو یہ موقع دیا گیا کہ وہ آپ کی بارگاہ میں حاضر ہو، لیکن میرا مولا امام حسین کربلا کے بد میں جب آقا تک و تنہا رہ گئے، آواز گونجی حل من ذاب یذب عن حرم رسول اللہ، کوئی نہیں تھا جو حسین کی آواز پر لبیک کہتا۔ ہاں حسین کا ایک ننھا سپاہی ابھی خیموں کے اندر موجود تھا، گریہ کرنا شروع کیا۔ میرا مولا پلٹ کے واپس آیا، خیام کی جانب واپس آیا۔ بی بی زینب نے 6 مہینے کے ایک بچے کو حسین کی آغوش میں دیا۔ خدا کے ولی نے اس ننھے سپاہی کا بوسہ لینے کے لیے اپنے لبوں سے نزدیک کرنا شروع کیا۔ اقطع کلام الحسین کی آواز گونجی، ایک تیر چلا، ننھا بچہ حسین کی آغوش میں منقلب ہو گیا۔ میرے آقا نے خون کے چند قطرے اپنے ہاتھوں میں لیے، آسمان کی طرف بلند کیا۔ میرا مولا یہ کہتا ہے امام باقر، خون کے ان قطروں میں سے کوئی قطرہ زمین پہ واپس نہ آیا۔ یہ ننھے بچے کی لاش لے کے حسین کھڑے خدا کی بارگاہ میں یہ فریاد کرتے ہیں، پروردگار ہون علیہ ما نزل بہ انہ بعین اللہ، خدا حسین یہ سب کچھ برداشت کر رہا ہے کیونکہ تیری آنکھوں کے سامنے یہ سارے منظر حسین کے ساتھ گزر رہے ہیں، لیکن کربلا کی سرزمین پر ایک ایسا موقع بھی آیا جب آواز گونجی الا قد قتل الحسین بکربلا، الا قد ذبح الحسین بکربلا، انا للہ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ وَسَيَعْلَمُ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا أَيَّ مُنقَلَبٍ يَنقَلِبُونَ مَا تَنَاسَوْا۔
Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. Hai Imam bekas Imam, Hai Imam bekas Imam, Hai Imam bekas Imam, Hai Imam bekas Imam. قافلہ اجڑا ہوا لے کر وطن آئے امام، ہے امام کس امام، ہے امام بے کس امام. شور تھا اہل مدینہ میں کہ سرور آ گئے عباس قاسم اور اکبر آ گئے. کیسے رودا دے سفر ان سب کو بتلائے امام، ہے امام، ہے امام بے کس امام. پوچھنے والوں نے پوچھا کیا ہوئے ظلم و ستم، بیبیاں کیوں رو رہی ہیں، کیوں ہے یہ کالے علم. واقعات شام کوفہ کیسے دہرائے امام، ہے امام بے کس امام، ہے امام بے کس امام. گھر اگر جائے گا تو بچھڑے ہوئے یاد آئیں گے، وہ بہاروں کے زمانے پھر اسے تڑ پائیں گے. سوچتا ہے سر جھکائے کیسے گھر جائے امام، امام بے کس امام، امام بے کس امام۔ آئے عبداللہ تو زینب کو یاد آئے، آئے عبداللہ تو زینب کو یاد آئے پسر، بھائی بچھڑے دور آنکھوں سے ہوئے لختے جگر، کیسے دے ان کو تسلی، کیسے سمجھائے امام، امام بے کس امام، امام بے کس امام۔ رو کے صغرا نے یہ پوچھا ہے علی اکبر کہاں ہے، کہاں بالی سکینہ رہ گئے اصغر کہاں، فاطمہ صغرا کو اب کیا کہہ کے بہلائے امام، امام بے کس امام۔ سامنے پانی جو آیا خون اشکوں میں بہا، کیا نہ جانے سوچ کر بیمار غم روتا رہا، ایک مجسم درد کا پے کر نظر آئے امام، امام بے کس، امام بے کس امام۔ ظلم جب یاد آئے عابد کو ستم اعجاز کے، زخم تازہ ہو گئے پھر سید سجاد کے، ڈر ہے زینب کو اسی غم میں نہ مر جائے امام، امام بے کس امام، امام بے کس امام۔ صدقہ مولا رضا ہے تیرے نوحوں کی صدا، حشر میں تجھ پر مسیت ہو رضائے سیدہ، اے ظفر اس دہر میں بھی رحم فرمائے امام، امام بے کس، امام بے کس امام، امام بے کس امام، امام بے کس امام۔ قافلہ اجڑا ہوا لے کر وطن آئے امام، امام بے کس امام، امام بے کس امام۔ یا حسین، یا حسین،
گھر لٹا کر زینب کبرا وطن میں آ گئی، گھر لٹا کر زینب وطن میں آ گئی، اس قدر ماتم ہوا قبر نبی تھر آ گئی، گھر لٹا کر زینب کبرا وطن میں آ گئی، گھر لٹا کر زینب وطن میں کیا کرے زینب بیاں سغرا سے غم کی داستاں، کیا کرے اکبر کو برچھی خون میں تڑپا گئی، گھر لٹا کر زینب وطن میں، گھر لٹا کر زینب कुबरा वतन में आ गई। चादर ज़ैनब का जिनको पास था मारे गए। औले में गुर्बत में बिनते फातिमा घबरा गई। घर लुटा कर ज़ैनबो वतन में आ गई। घर लुटा देख कर शबीर कैला शेख बेगौरो कफन। मौत रोती रह गई, मौत रोती रह गई, इंसानियत शर्मा गई। घर लुटा कर ज़ैनबो घर लुटा कर ज़ैनबो ख्वाब में ज़ैनब ने देखा फातिमा को बेरिदा। ख्वाब की ताबीर आबद का कलेजा खा गई। घर लुटा कर ज़ैनबो कुबरा वतन में आ गई। घर रात दिन रोती थी बाबा को सकीना कैद में। शाम के जिंदा से मरकर, शाम के जिंदा से मरकर थी रिहाई पा गई। घर लुटा कर ज़ैनबो वतन में आ गई। घर लुटा कर ज़ैनबो वतन में आ गई। ऐ असर किस जुल्म में सर कट गया शबीर का। ऐ असर किस जुल्म में सर कट गया शबीर का। बेरदा दरबार में क्यों, बेरदा दरबार में क्यों दुख्तरे ज़ारा गई। घर लुटा कर ज़ैनबो वतन में आ गई। घर लुटा कर ज़ैनबो वतन में आ गई। या हुसैन, या हुसैन, सलवात व सलाम आप पर है फातिमा ज़हरा। सलवात व सलाम आप पर है फातिमा ज़हरा। हम आए हैं पुरसे के लिए फातिमा ज़हरा। सलवात व सलाम हैं पुरसे के लिए कानों से सकीना के उतारे गए गौहर। कानों से सकीना के उतारे गए गौहर। ज़ैनब की बिछीनी है रिदा फातिमा ज़हरा। सलवात व सलाम आप पर है फातिमा ज़हरा। हम आए हैं पुरसे के लिए फातिमा ज़हरा। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद। ऐ रब्बे जहाँ पंचतन पाक का सदका इस कौम का दामन गम शब्बीर से भर दे। बच्चों को अता कर अली असगर का तबस्सुम, बूढ़ों को हबीब इब्न मज़ाहिर की नज़र दे। माओं को सिखा सानी ज़ारा का सलीका, बहनों को सकीना की दुआओं का असर दे। बच्चों को अता कर वलवला औन मोहम्मद, हर एक जवाओं को अली अकबर का जिगर दे। ऐ रब्बे जहाँ तुझे सज्जाद का सदका, बीमार जो हैं उनको शफा याब तू कर दे। और जो चादर ज़ैनब की आज़ादार हैं मौला, महफूज रहें ऐसी ख्वातीन के पर्दे। मौला तुझे ज़ैनब की असीरी की कसम है, बेजुर्म असीरों को रिहाई की खबर दे। जो दीन के काम आए वो औलाद अता कर, जो मजलिस शब्बीर की खातिर हो वो घर दे। مفلس پہ زر و لال و جواہر کی ہو بارش، مقروض کا ہر قرض ادا غیب سے کر دے، غم کوئی نہ دے ہم کو سوائے غم شبیر، شبیر کا غم بانٹ رہا ہے تو ادھر دے، با محمد و آل محمد صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم۔
توجہ سے عارض بسم اللہ۔ السلام علیکم یا نبی اللہ یا رسول اللہ باعث اللہ، السلام علیکم صاحب السفینہ رحمۃ اللہ عالمین خاتم النبین، السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ۔ السلام علیکم یا علی امیر المومنین وقائد الغر المحجلین وامام المتقین، السلام علیکم یا فاطمۃ الزہرا سیدۃ نساء العالمین، السلام علیکم یا خدیجہ الکبریٰ ام المومنین، السلام علیکم حسن المجتبیٰ، السلام علیکم حسین شہید بکربلا، السلام علی الحسین وعلی علی ابن الحسین وعلی اولاد الحسین وعلی اصحاب الحسین، السلام علیکم ائمۃ الہدیٰ علی ابن حسین زین العابدین و محمد ابن الباقر و جعفر محمد الصادق موسیٰ ابن جعفر القاظم ولی ابن موسیٰ رضا کن شفیعنا شفیع والدینا فی یوم الرضا، السلام علیکم محمد ابن التقی الجواد علی ابن محمد ہادی النقیب حسن ابن علی ذکی العسکری، السلام علیکم مولانا صاحب عصر و زمان، الامان 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 من فتنة الزمان والشیطان، السلام علیکم خلیفۃ الرحمن یا امامنا و امام الانس والجان، اجل اللہ تعالیٰ فرجک وسهل اللہ تعالیٰ مخرجک وظہورک وجلنا من الصارق وعوانک والمستشہدین بین یدیک، السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ۔ اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد، بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم، اللہم کن لولیک الحجۃ ابن الحسن صلواتک علیہ وعلی آبائہ فی ہذہ الساعة وفی کل ساعة ولیاً وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودلیلا وعینا حتی تسکنہ ارضک طوعا وتمتعہ فیہا طویلا برحمتک یا ارحم الراحمین، اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجہ۔